Welcome back to Megaman X5. I'm Sire Goku. In the last video, we fired off the Enigma, and it failed. Ugh. Which I honestly kind of expected. So, oh well. However, we also unlocked the Falcon armor for X. So I'm going to be able to show this off. However, we also have the shuttle that we need to build. We can launch the shuttle right now, but much like the Enigma, if I do it right now, chances are it's going to fail and I'm going to be getting the bad ending. I'm not going for that at the moment. Hopefully I don't get screwed over and get the bad ending anyway. But let's see, Shining Fireflies, so weakness order next up would be Dark Necrobat. And I'm actually going to be using X this time because now I have the Falcon armor, which we are going to need in order to get... Well, actually, I can go back to... I think I can go back to Shining Fireflies level and get the Heart Tank with the Falcon armor too. But I'm not entirely sure, and I'm not going to risk doing that. So we're just going to go in weakness order for now. But I will get to show off the Falcon armor here. And this is the second bat robot enemy in the Mega Man series, the first one being Shade Man. At first glance, it may seem to be an ordinary planetarium, but in truth, it's also a space laboratory. Why don't you borrow a fuel tank for the space shuttle? But before you do that, there's something strange about the planetarium. So the Sigma virus has already polluted this facility too. Your visit to the planetarium will be very interesting, I guess. Yeah, so the gimmick for this area, that black hole is slowing everything down whenever it's on screen. That is not an issue with the hardware, that is just the way the stage is designed. Now, with the Falcon armor, we can power up special weapons, and we have a long, thin charge shot which pierces through shields. And if you double tap jump, you will hover in the air, and you can also fly around for a few seconds. Also, this aura around X you can use to destroy things. If you go back to Shining Fireflies level, that is the fastest way you can fill up your sub-tank. Is you get to that spot where those fireflies are spawning, and you just stand there, and you just hover in the air like this with X. This aura will destroy all the enemies as they come and attack you, and you can just get health from them. You can also just say, screw the level design, and just fly directly over literally everything. It doesn't last forever, but it lasts a good amount of time. I'm picking up a Maverick reading at the Constellation. Watch out. And this is what I was thinking of giving you the Giga Attack. X's Giga Attack when he has the Falcon armor. I will show it off in a second here. Oh, there's the Sigma virus. And if you press R2, you'll use your Giga Attack, which just makes a bunch of small meteors fly around and destroy everything on screen. It's not super reliable, but it's still helpful. Be careful of that spike. It is going to kill you if you touch it, so... This level is a lot harder if you don't have the Falcon armor. Honestly, every level is now... I kind of broke the game now that I have the Falcon armor, I'm not gonna lie. It's not 1000% broken, like, I'm still gonna have issues, but... I guess you need to get to on the lift. It's unstable, but there's no other way. It doesn't make everything like... It's not an instant win button, but it certainly can feel like it sometimes. Because you can just completely and utterly just skip everything. Watch out for the track. It isn't moving on on the right course. If you sense any danger, jump to the nearest place as soon as possible. Again, using the Falcon armor, that section is a lot more difficult if you don't have the Falcon armor. Also, somehow... Oh! Well, okay. Apparently the spike platform can still drop on the moving platform. Okay, then. Good to know. Yeah, sometimes that can happen. What are you gonna do? Just be careful. Yeah, sometimes going too far ahead is gonna mess with you. Oh boy. Or I can completely whiff that. Okay, now I'm just being stupid. Alright, hold on. Okay, so crouch here so that you don't get hit by those spikes. And if you have the Falcon armor, you can jump up here and get this sub-tank. It is possible to get using Zero, but you don't have nearly as much leeway to get it. And you can also get it with a well-timed dash jump with regular X or 4th armor X. Alright, so the second section, much less complicated, except for one spot. This is the gravity reverse device. It can control gravity and turn it upside down. Of course, you may be able to take advantage of it. This is not like the gravity gimmick in Gravity Man Station X5, however. It all depends on which arrow you walk through, and that changes the direction of the gravity in the room specifically. So if you go in the blue arrow, it flips it that way. If you go through, and that's how you're able to get the life up for this area. Use the Falcon armor to hover in place, and you can get it that way. Or with a well-timed air dash, you can get that too. Sigma, you're way too slow. Again, certain things are much harder depending on which armor set you're using. Speaking of armors, welcome to the hardest armor piece to get. You need Shining Firefly's weapon for this. There we go. The timing for that is ridiculous. If the Firefly laser even just nudges one of the walls, it'll disappear. And the screen locks here. That's why there's death spikes there. They give you one weapon refill to give you another shot. This is the program for the head parts of the Gaia armor. Analyze and upload the data to your main memory in a secure area. Once you upload all 4 programs to the Gaia armor will be complete. And apparently the head parts to the Gaia armor do shit. They do not explain what it does. So I am inclined to believe it does nothing. All it is it exists to give you the Gaia armor. That's it. That's literally all it exists for. But anyway, Dark Necrobat. Greek! I've been waiting for you. Hey, can't you understand the urgency of our present situation? There's no time to fight. Who cares? I don't take orders from anyone. The word Sigma means nothing to me. I'll destroy all Mavericks like you. I'm always ready. So, Dark Necrobat. He is weak to the Firefly Laser. And there you go. It stuns him, and then it resets his pattern. He's very simple. He's kind of like Shade Man in Megaman 7. But a little bit harder if you don't have his weakness. That's about it. He'll float around, and occasionally he'll attack you with sound waves, and he can use a time stop move. We'll see if that happens. If not, it's the weapon that both Zero and X are going to get. This is the only Maverick that both X and Zero get the same special weapon from. And he's done. Simple enough. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry about that. I'm going to go for weapons and energy again. So we get the Dark Hold for both X and Zero. And energy up. Dark Necrobat had an unusual past. He was a Maverick created 3 years ago by Sigma. But you have destroyed him. Since Sigma scattered a large amount of the virus, he doesn't have any energy left to reproduce himself. By the way, we found a fuel tank. Now the shuttle will be able to fly to the space colony. Please return to the Hunter base quickly. Alright, so we'll save that. Dark Necrobat did have another move that he just was not cooperating with and wanting to... Oh, story time. I've been fighting the Sigma virus for a long time. It's a virus that causes all Reploids to transform into Mavericks. The most dreadful virus to ever exist. Why? I wonder why I'm not unharmed. Instead, I feel energy growing within my body. What on earth is happening to me? I have a bad feeling about this. That's all of the report on Zero. Zero has fought Sigma several times. I believe he has the virus antibodies. It's possible he doesn't react negatively to the virus. His power output is actually growing. For the most part, the body systems of X and Zero remain mysteries. I can't predict what'll happen. I suggest you take measures. Keep this secret. I'll think it over. His power is growing with the virus. It's too dangerous to keep them loose. Please, at least do something about Zero before it's too late. So Zero may or may not be getting strong. So Zero's getting stronger from the virus. Interesting. Like I said, they really are following up on the story from X4. So that went by a lot quicker than I expected, so let's do another stage. We're gonna go to Spiral Pegasus. And if you recognize that R, speaking of Megaman X4, you should very much recognize that R on his head. But we need the Falcon armor to get something here. Spiral Pegasus is actually an ex-Repliforce member, which is interesting considering in X4, as much as I love that game... Oh, hold on. You can get to the Orbiter wing from the Repliforce's air wing. But I can't believe the Sigma virus could have gotten to the Repliforce's air units. Really? Really, Aelia? That was the whole plot of X4. But yeah, this is one of the very, very few callbacks that the X series has to other games. This stage is a direct callback to Mega Man X4 in a lot of ways. Darn, someone has set the bombs. They're small, but don't underestimate their firepower. Destroy them before they detonate. Yes, destroy them fast. If you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. It's not a huge deal. You're not going to instantly die, it's just going to hurt a lot. Just shoot it before the timer gets down to 0. Or you can use the Giga attack, that works too. There are bombs above you. Climb up and destroy them. Will do, Aelia. So like X4, when you use the Giga attack, you have to refill it by taking damage and or collecting life energy. There's another way you can do it. If you've gotten the Tri-Thunder, you can use the Tri-Thunder and it'll go up the wall. And that way you can hit the bomb before it goes off. Otherwise you don't have enough time to get it. It'll explode before you reach it. Now we're going to come up to one of two items in this level. If you recognize any of the stages from if you remember anything from X4, you'll probably remember they had a lot of elevator sections, very similar to this one. So, keep ahead of the elevator, and then you can grab the weapon tank down here. If the moving platform crushes it before you pick it up, then you're just going to have to restart the level and pick it up later. It's not too hard. But now we're coming up to where the armor part is. If you have the Falcon armor, fly up here. This is the program for the body part of the Gaia armor. Analyze and upload the data to your main memory in a secure area. Once you upload all forms of power, Gaia armor will be complete. With the body part equipped, the damage you receive will become less. Sigma virus, move please. Yeah, that just kind of... That just kind of happens. Now be a little bit careful here. If you go too high up, then the screen will lock there, and then you'll have to jump off and die to reset the level. Just make sure you don't jump immediately when you get next to the armor capsule, and you'll be fine. Again, the Falcon armor makes this part much easier than it's intended to be. Aelia, there are more bombs ahead of you. No shit. Dispose of them as soon as possible. That's what I'm going to do. Ah. So I actually do enjoy this level quite a bit. Oh, and then there's the heart piece there. Again, depending on how things go, this is why you want to at least get the Falcon armor. Because, well, I'll explain more when it gets to that point. Hopefully, hopefully it doesn't happen, but as I mentioned previously, the heart tanks, the life ups do not split between X and Zero. Like if X picks up a heart tank, Zero can't pick it up later, or it doesn't transfer over to his life at the same time. So my recommendation is try to split them up as evenly as you can. But there's a reason for that. A reason that I'll get to later. For now, though, more X1 callbacks. And X4 stuff. X, I've wanted to meet you. But considering the situation, we don't have time for small talk. Soon the Repliforce's air wing will fall. You may be our only hope, but you'll have to convince me first, through battle. However, that conversation is completely different if you are fighting Spiral Pegasus with Zero. Normally, I wanted to do this with Zero first to show off that optional dialogue, but if I did, I wouldn't have been able to get the heart. I wouldn't have been able to get the armor piece. But if you're Zero, he actually references Repliforce and Colonel and Iris. Again, one of like the 3 callbacks to X4 in this game. And again, there's why the Falcon armor is so good. Also, Spiral Pegasus really likes to be Storm Eagle. He will dive at you the same way as Storm Eagle does. He'll even Shoryuken. Oh, jeez. And then he also has his own tornadoes. Not as overpowered as Storm Tornado, but it's still pretty good. And that's pretty much all he's got. Just be careful where he's flying. And if you've gotten at least 1 sub-tank, you'll be good. If you saved up your Darkhold for when he has less health, it'll go by a little bit quicker. I would say now that you have the Falcon armor, X is almost on par with how strong Zero is. Almost. Zero's still a little bit stronger. Do weapons in life. Wing Spiral and Wind Shredder. Body parts Gaia and Orbiter Wing. And we get Energy Up and Shot Eraser for Zero. We finally got another part! I didn't expect to have to fight against Repliforce again. Again, Aelia, you weren't even mentioned in X4. Where were you? But since most of the Repliforce members have become Mavericks, I guess that was inevitable. Fortunately, the device for the shuttle were not damaged, but the Repliforce's air wing was destroyed. It won't be safe there anymore. Come back to the Hunter base. Interesting. So apparently Alia was around when Repliforce was a thing. Huh. And I got Shot Eraser. That's good. That's nice. But we're gonna stop things here because emergency. Dynamo's come back here to attack. What on earth does he want? Well, it doesn't matter. We have to fight him. Yeah, Dynamo's back just to waste another hour. Oh well. We'll deal with Dynamo again in part 6. See you guys then.